What's good? What's grand? What is going on? This is Good Stuff with Steph coming at you from a different angle. I'm by the window now because I just got bored of sitting over there next to my bookshelf. So now I'm sitting next to my window and it's great. I just have a few questions. Like, do your parents, do you greet your parents in the morning when you wake up? Or you're like, good morning or like, hello? Do you greet them? Because sometimes when I'm feeling like it, I'll greet my parents. I'm like, oh, hey, good morning, because I go downstairs to feed the cat, right? And they'll go, hey. And I'm like, what do you mean, hey? You taught me to say good morning back, to people, but you're telling me, hey, long time no see. It's not like we're, long lost friends. I'm your daughter, dude. Why don't you acknowledge me? Do you not have the balls to acknowledge me in the morning? You can only say, hey, You mutter a few little phrases. And I'm like, I put in just this tiny extra bit of effort to tell you good morning. And you just have, hey, to respond back. What kind of a person are you? And sometimes it's just like, what? I just question a lot of this stuff too. Like, for example, like when your parents, okay, I don't know, this hasn't happened to me yet. But one day if I'm lucky enough, your parent apologizes to you. That's a big one. If your parents are like traditional parents, I guess I can only say this for myself because my parents are traditional Asian parents who came from Asia, right? And like they don't think apologizing is a thing, okay? Because I grew up in like this American society where like saying you're sorry for something like you actually it was your fault, or like you shouldn't have said that, but then you said it anyway, and then you feel bad about it afterward, and then you apologize as like a gesture of like, what, my bad, that was my fault, I should not have said that. It doesn't make things better, but I'm acknowledging that I was wrong. My parents have never apologized for anything like that. It'll be a pity apology. I'm like, you did something. They're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. They say it in like that kind of tone, and that doesn't count as an apology because it wasn't sincere. It was because I told them that they had to apologize, and they're like, oh, okay, whatever. But have you ever had one of those days where your parent did something messed up that messed you up in the brain mentally, and then it carried on with you years later, and then one day they go, hey, you know what, I'm so sorry for the hell that I put you through. And you're like, yo, why are you apologizing? Like, doesn't it feel weird? Like, if your parents never apologize to you, and one day they have the guts, they have the balls to apologize to you, and you're like, this is wrong, take your apology back right now. That doesn't make any sense. This is weird. Never apologize again. And then you go, I was wrong. You're right the whole time. Because, like, sometimes I feel like if my parents are ever close to that, I'm just like, this is weird. Back off. You're not usually this vulnerable. What are you doing? This doesn't make any sense. I don't think you're my parent. Somebody kidnapped you. They changed your brain. You are not my parent, because my parent would never come up to me and apologize or, like, blatantly say that they were wrong. That's not a thing that happens in my family. We just kind of forget it happens. Or like my parents, like when they know they did something wrong, they just kind of like whatever. And then like they know that I'm mad at them because whatever they did was like, it pissed me off, and I have a right to be pissed off. And they're like, oh, hey Stephanie, you want something to eat? I'm like, how dare you use the food tactic on me? Okay, it's gonna work, but still, it's like, whatever happened to just like, you know what, my bad. It was wrong that I did that. It was messed up. My parents have never done that. And you know what, I'm used to it now. But even if they, like, one day, later in the future, if they were to ever apologize to me, like, sincerely actually apologize to me, I'd be like, that's weird. Never apologize to me ever again. You want them to do it's like your parents with you. You want your kid to do the best that they can, but you're also just kind of like, oh, if I keep telling them what to do, they're gonna hate me. And it's kind of like vice versa. It's like, it's weird when your parents like admit that they were wrong. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. And you know what else is crazy is now, like, okay, these past few days I've been I feed the cat the normal black tabby cat, that cat, because she doesn't have a home. She just kind of hangs around the neighborhood. And there's this other cat, this orange cat, who has a home. First of all, he has a home. He's like an indoor outdoor cat, and like he'll come out and he'll like he'll be hungry. And I'm like, what do you mean? You have a home. You have owners. I don't know why these owners aren't taking care of this cat. Maybe they're going through a breakup or something like that. That's the tea around here. Around the neighborhood, we have tea like that. And I don't know why we like, as a community, come together to like decipher, what the situation is. But there is an owner for this cat. But this orange cat is just like always like, asking for food. And like the food that I feed the black cat is your generic kind of like, cheap product, right? It's not like that fancy, like the one in the cans where you like, you peel it back and it has like chicken and all that, the broth and stuff like that. Or like, it's not the fancy feast ones. I think that's the one I'm talking about. Or like the fancy, commercial kind of, cat food, dog food. It's just generic brand, right? And this orange cat's like, I don't want that. I'm like, I'm feeding you what I can because you apparently don't eat your normal owner food, but you like to eat other cats' foods. When I'm trying to feed this cat who has nowhere to go, she's here because she's kind of just chilling. She's okay with this area, and she's just eating what she can. And you go and take her food, and then you go, I don't want it, and you eat it. But it's kind of like it's like, dude, you have your own owner. Like, go to your owner and like ask them for food. And now like my other neighbors are like, oh, we'll feed this cat. I'm like, okay, fine, do that. But now they're not feeding this cat, and I'm like, am I supposed to feed it now? Because I'm only supposed to feed the other cat, the cat that needs the food more than this orange cat who can just willy-nilly go around to people's places and like beg for food. So I'm just like, what? And anyway, about that, like the orange cat will like wait for me outside of my door sometimes for me to feed it. So that's very interesting to me. And now in the morning, my parents won't even greet me. They'll go, oh, is the cat there? Is the cat there? I'm like, wow, okay, no, that's fine. Even though I'm your daughter, it's fine. It's fine to not feel wanted, okay? Not a big deal, right? And the reason my parents are so like into this like cat, like, is this cat around, is because the other day, I guess I didn't wake up in time. My mom went down to throw the garbage away, and then as she was going down, the orange cat who was supposedly waiting for me jumped out from behind a bush and just like walked past, because I guess it was like, oh, that's not Stephanie, that's not the person who's supposed to feed me too. And then my mom was like, oh my god, the cat scared me. It was so cute. It scared me, right? And I was like, okay, whatever, right? And then the next day, my mom was like, hey, Stephanie, does the orange cat follow you around? And I'm like, sometimes. And then she was like, I'm gonna come down with you, and I'm gonna try getting this on video. And I'm like, okay. Because the morning time is my time, right? In the morning, I don't like to be bothered by my parents because they like to bombard me with just the crap that they like to unload on me for some reason. In the morning, I had that that good 2 to 3 minutes for myself. I get to look at the sky, wake up. I get to just, chill, just walk around, feed the cat, come back up, and then go about my day. But when they're so invested in like getting this cat on camera with me walking around, I'm just like, are you kidding me, bro? This is my time. Leave me alone, bro. And it's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal, but this is like, I don't like, first thing in the morning, I don't want to have my parents just like all over, just like, just clingy. And it's like, that's too much. Too much to handle. How loud am I? I feel like I'm really loud. I'm just speaking a lot of words, a lot of saliva around here and there. Also, I hit 54 subscribers. Bro, what? I'm at what on my main channel? Wow. I mean, I was expecting it someday, but this was pretty quickly. This was very swift. This was Taylor Swift-like swiftly. And I'm like, what? Dude. That's freaking crazy. And I'm like, wow. You hop on a trend one time. Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out when is the best time for me to post. I have no freaking idea. But I'm very thankful that this has happened, dude. This is crazy, dude. Yeah. Look at that. Click-through rate, pretty good. Oh shit, 1.2% from YouTube recommending your content. That's pretty dope. And I'm very excited about that. I love this. I'm gonna try to like keep my videos entertaining. I noticed that I do like to drag it on for a little bit, but there's a requirement for these videos, like the when you do hauls and stuff like that. Some like, because I'm an influencer, I'm a clothing influencer, I guess, because I signed up for it. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, you have to have like a 5 minute mark, and I only got to 4 minutes. I guess I also kind of like had a really long intro, so that was kind of bad. Anyway, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing well. So I'm really excited to just keep growing, to be honest. Very excited. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, impressions are up, impression click-through rate is up, views are up, unique viewers, there's a lot of unique viewers. So I'm at 10 hours of watch time. Hey, that's pretty good. One day, soon enough, I'll get to 10,000 hours of watch time. I swear, I will. And when I do, it's gonna be freaking amazing. It's gonna be so swag. It's like, it's gonna blow your minds. But, yo, it's 11:11 on my timer. But that was it. I just had a big rant for that. I don't really know what I was talking about anyway, but I have, like, the comments I'm getting on my recent video on my main channel is like, your energy, I love your energy. Your energy is so, like, oh my god, we have such a similar energy. I'm like, okay, are you guys trolls? Or are you guys real people who telling me that you like my energy? Which one is it? Are you lying to me? Right now, are you lying to me to get me to like your comment? Because it's working. But that was, I'm really thankful. I'm really grateful. I'm like, yes, I love editing. I love filming. I hate editing and I hate filming, but I love it at the same time because it's like I like to get my own juices flowing. That's a weird thing to say. It's only 11:04 in the morning, mate. Okay, I'm not going there, but I love to use what I know how to do and make it entertaining. Entertaining or entertaining? Jeez, it's 12:12 now. Nice. But yeah, overall pretty good stuff. I went to Costco today and I forgot one of my schoolmates works there, and I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I forgot he works there, duh. But that was entertaining. Fun time, I guess. I got kombucha. I got the other brand, the one with like the squiggles. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, if I can find a clip of like the cat following me around, I'll put it on my video. If not, I might put it on my main channel. Who knows? As like a short little tidbit. I could do that. Yeah, very much. Very what? Okay, but I got kombucha. My mom said my mom got me goldfish, and I was like, what? Okay, I guess. Yeah, but that kind of goes in with like the gifts throughout the year. I don't get Christmas gifts. I just get random stuff throughout the year. They feed me. They give me snacks, okay, fancy snacks that I normally can't get just by putting it in the cart. My parents have to like, they have to like, okay, it's on sale. Okay, yeah, then maybe we'll let you have it. I do want to go to Ross or Marshall's and get some dumbbells because I'm using water bottles. And it's not bad to use water bottles, but I would like to incorporate heavier weights because my dad has 10-pound dumbbells, and those are too heavy for me right now because I am not used to 10 pounds, because I would like to start from like 5 pound and then maybe like 8 pound and then 10 pound maybe, but like going straight from water bottle, which are like pretty light, to 10 pounds, I'm like, whoa, I'm not used to that. I also got collagen powder, which is weird. I don't usually drink. I think this is like a supplement to protein powder. I've never done any protein powders, any like, protein shake powder type thing. I mean, I do have the protein drink, but that's not the same as like getting powder, because it didn't say protein powder on it, so I guess my parents were okay with that, because usually they're like, oh, you're gonna bulk up or something. I'm like, no, I just want to try something else, help my body the way that I can. It's great for hair, and my hair is all over the place. Like, I have hair, but it's kind of like, when I brush it, sometimes like a lot of it will come out and I'm like, oh, okay, that's not really good. And because I've parted my hair in the middle for so long, I mean, I've always parted my hair. My hair is just naturally in the middle. I'm sure actually, I don't really know, but my hair has always been in the middle, right? People like on TikTok, they're like, oh my god, part your hair in the middle. Yes, you look so good. They're like, when did you realize you were hot when you parted your hair in the middle? I'm like, maybe I've always just been hot. No, I'm kidding, but it's great for hair and nails and stuff like that, so I guess I'll try it out. I said so many words so fast. I wonder, when did you click off? But that's it for today's video, to be honest. I just gave you a whole bunch of words. I've definitely reached my word count for the day. Definitely. I'm doing this thing where I read for 1 hour a day. I'm currently reading The Female Brain. Dude, this shit's interesting. It's interesting. It's like, oh yeah, guys don't think about communication. They think more about competition. It's just the genetics of the boys. It's not like, you weren't trained to think the certain way, which is kind of messed up, right? But like, if you introduce, if you do like gender neutral stuff from like a young age, it's like, I guess you have your own path to explore, right? But I feel like this book is really interesting, written by a great person who has a good educational background. She went to a lot of fancy schools, good schools, not fancy, just like good schools that qualify her to write these books. She also has one about the male brain, so I might read that one after. I'm also reading like 10 other books because I am book hopping. Is that the word for that? But I'm going from book to book because I feel like each book is different. And I feel like going to the store and reading is not that great because I forget where I'm like what page I'm on and all that stuff. And it just gets too chaotic. Anyway, go check out my main channel video. It's a Yes Style haul. Pretty dope. Pretty puggers, if I do say so myself. And thank you guys for listening. If you guys stuck around. The audio definitely got way too loud. It's definitely peaking at certain points. But thank you guys for listening. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to smash like. Peace out.